What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today I'm going to teach you how to build a costume for the Texas Renaissance Festival. As October draws nearer, so does the most wonderful time of the year, the Texas Renaissance Festival. So at this point of the year, every night I go to bed and I dream of merriment and mead as I stroll through the beautiful fairgrounds of Todd Mission, Texas. However, when I'm actually at the Renaissance Festival, I don't feel like I'm in the Lone Star State. I feel like I've been transported into an enchanting land where adventure and mead is around every corner. Because of this, I can't just show up in a t-shirt and jeans. I need to dress appropriately. I must dress for adventure. I mean, look, hey, if you want to show up to one of the most immersive experiences in the world in a t-shirt and jeans, that's your prerogative. But if you want to fully experience everything that the Renaissance Festival has to offer, you gotta get in costume. So for those of you that are going to the Texas Renaissance Festival, or maybe any of the other Renaissance festivals in the country for the first time, or maybe you've been before but you didn't go all out with the garb, I'm gonna help you build your Renaissance Festival outfit. Now, before we get into those details, if you're new here, this is Nerd Squish, where we take everything spooky and we take everything nerdy and we squish it all together. So if you like horror movies, Renaissance festivals, and pop culture, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos from us in the future. According to Wikipedia, a Renaissance festival is described as an outdoor gathering that aims to entertain its guests by recreating a historical setting, most often the English Renaissance. The very first Renaissance festival was in 1966, and it focused on the practice of Old English springtime markets. Over the years, the Renaissance Festival became a local tradition and then quickly spread across the country. As Renaissance festivals gained popularity and spread across the country, they evolved. Like a lot. Today, the festival is more about immersing yourself into an enchanting fantasy world and less about historical education. And although you definitely still see, medieval elements at these festivals, I think the costumes and the garb has pretty much just fully moved on to the fantasy realm. We see less of the big, elaborate, and fancy dresses that people like Queen Elizabeth I of England wore, and more of the following characters: pirates, fairies, barbarians, wizards, steampunk characters, and Celtic bros. You never really know what you're going to see at the Renaissance Festival. I've seen the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus, a medieval-style Batman, and I have even seen Waldo himself. Yes, I found him. Huzzah. Now, each weekend of the Texas Renaissance Festival has a different theme. Now, that being said, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. But it's obviously really fun to go along with the theme. And the schedule for the themes this year are as follows. Opening weekend, October 12th and 13th, is Oktoberfest. So we're gonna be putting on our lederhosen, we're gonna be eating bratwurst, and we're gonna be pounding beers. October 19th through the 20th is 1001 Dreams. So you're gonna see a lot of fairies, elves, and other fantasy creatures. October 26th through the 27th is All Hallows Eve. So this is less about Renaissance, period garb and the usual characters, and more about just celebrating good old Halloween vibes. November 2nd through the 3rd is my personal favorite theme, Pirate Weekend. November 9th through the 10th is Heroes and Villains. So during this weekend, you're gonna see a lot of spins on classic heroes and villains. Like I said, take Batman, make him medieval. November 16th through the 17th, we have Barbarian Invasion. November 23rd through the 24th, we have Highland Fling. So, you're gonna have a lot of people in Scottish garb, a lot of kilts, a lot of plaid. And the very final weekend, November 29th through the 30th, as well as December 1st, we have Celtic Christmas. There are so many interesting and fun characters that you can build, but my absolute favorite is a pirate. there are a lot of other costume ideas that I want to explore. I got the elf ears and I bought this dress, and I have like a little bit of a lazy elf costume that I would definitely like to build upon, as well as I bought, you know, some of the Celtic gear that I would like to make a costume for this, but it's so hard because I just always want to be a pirate. It's just so dang fun to be a pirate. I mean, honestly, who doesn't want to be a pirate? A captain of a ship, searching for treasure across the stormy seas. Bring me that horizon. So today I'm gonna show you how I put together my pirate outfit. Now keep in mind, even though this is a pirate costume, you can take the steps and the processes that I took to put this together and put that to any other character that you would wear to the Renaissance Festival. Step 1. Find a base piece to build upon. Don't think too hard about this first step. Literally anything could be the base layer of your costume. You don't have to buy some shirt or dress that's overpriced because it's labeled Renaissance. The first thing that you should do is look in your closet. You would honestly be surprised at what you have in your normal everyday wear that you can put into a Renaissance costume. So dive into that closet, search into those corners for the items that you never reach for because they could have that right texture or flowiness to build upon. The base piece of my pirate costume is this gauze high-low peasant dress with tie-up waist and sleeves from Leg Avenue. Now this brand, you can find it at Spirit, you can find it on Amazon, and they're relatively inexpensive, and you can usually find them discounted at Spirit after Halloween's over. And if I can find the link to this on Amazon, I will make sure to drop that in the description box below. This is something my sister had for a pirate costume. She was getting rid of it. I scooped it up, and so when I went to my very first Renaissance Festival and I had to dress up, I was like, ha-ha! I have the perfect dress for this. Now this particular outfit comes with a confusing amount of ties, and I know that's like literally in the title of the packaging, but it has like these long strings on the arms that go across here, and then one that goes across your waist. And for me personally, and the way I was, you know, building this costume, they really didn't do much, so I snipped those bad boys right off. So don't be afraid to take old costumes and deconstruct them to create your perfect Renaissance outfit. Step 2, add layers. This is a very important step. Could you just wear this simple pirate dress and add a few accessories and be done with it? Sure. But layers add interest and textures to your character's outfit. It takes something flat and it makes it pop. The first thing I did was add some fishnet stockings. And then I wanted to add a mixture of textures and colors, so I bought 2 skirts from Amazon and Shein. Each one is a different color, texture, and length. I simply placed these underneath the peasant dress. I took the lighter and shorter one and placed that on top, and put the longer and darker one on bottom. I'm not really wild about the top skirt. I feel like I could find something a little bit better for this, but I love this dark brown skirt because it has this gauzy texture that really just gets that piratey old feeling across. Now I realize right now this doesn't look great, but hold on to your butts because in the next step, we're gonna like change this a little bit and add some movement. But before we get to that step, we have to add one more layer. The layer of all layers when it comes to building a feminine style outfit, a corset. After all, beauty is pain, and if you're breathing easily at the Texas Renaissance Festival, you're not doing it right. The disgusting Texas heat is not enough. We must squeeze and torture the body to make sure there's absolutely no comfort happening. I'm joking. Kind of. Because after all, you can buy one of those corset style belts that are very stretchy, but they also give the effect of a corset. Now there are a lot of options for corsets in both style and price range. I opted for an inexpensive option on Amazon with this light brown underbust style corset. This fits my pirate costume pretty well, but this is one piece of the costume that I would like to improve upon. Every year I search both the internet and the shops at the festival for the perfect corset that would fit this character, but also not break the bank, and unfortunately I have not found one that meets both of those requirements. But hey, who knows, maybe this year is the year that I'll find it. Step 3, add accessories. Okay, so you got your clothes on, but you're not feeling like a fully fleshed out character. That is because accessories are what makes a costume. Without accessories, you're just a person in weird clothes. When you start accessorizing your outfit, your character is going to come to life. These details tell a story, who your character is, where they come from, and where they're going. Now, the single most important accessory for any Renaissance Festival costume is a belt. And this is not just about looks, but also functionality. You can't just walk around the festival in a period-specific outfit while you're holding a Coach purse or you got a Loungefly backpack strung over your shoulder with a Disney character on it. I mean, you could. You could. You know what? If you want to do that again, that's your prerogative, but I would not advise it. It kills the illusion of your costume and your character. So finding a belt that has pockets or the ability to add pouches is key. So I found this belt on Amazon. It has 2 pockets on the outside that are zippered and buckled. And it also has a zippered pocket. Where's the zipper? Right here. On the inside. It is also fully adjustable. Both sides just have like a typical belt buckle that you can make as tight or as loose as you want. And it's great that I found a belt that has pockets that I can place money, my phone, any other small needs that I, have to have throughout the day. But I can also customize this bad boy with all kinds of treasures. This right here is Command Central. Since I don't have a purse to throw everything in, I need to have everything easily accessible. The first thing you can do is buy a pouch that you can easily attach to your belt. So I have this one that Matt had bought at the festival for a Viking costume, but when we're wearing our pirates, he's not using it, so I steal it. And it simply just goes over the belt, well, over and then under the belt. And this is great because it adds the storage that I need because I got a new phone and it's a little bit bigger than my old one and it doesn't fit in the pockets that are on my belt. So this one big pouch right here is perfect to fit my phone because you gotta have that. Another thing that I added is this little decorative loop. This one's really cute. It's got a wolf on it because obviously that's my brand. But this attaches to your belt and this allows me to hang my cup on here when I'm not using it. And I'm ready to pull it out when I buy more mead. Now, of course, a pirate needs a gun. So when I bought this bad boy, I knew that I needed to buy a holster so I could keep it on my belt. So I bought this little holster that the gun simply slips in. You can lock it in and it has this little loop that just slips and attaches to your belt. I have also added a Renfest staple, a tail. Why? I don't know. Would a pirate have a giant tail hanging off of their belt? Probably not. But it was cute and I wanted it, so boom, it got added to the costume. And that's the fun thing about a pirate is that, again, you're building your character, you're putting these interesting details, and it kind of tells you who they are. And in my mind, a pirate is just gonna find cool stuff on their adventures, and they're gonna be like, huh, let me just wear it. Now remember how I said we were gonna add a little interest and a little movement to these skirts? So I usually take that bottom layer skirt, I bring it up and I tuck it under the belt. This gives obviously a little bit of an Angelina Jolie moment, but it just brings a little bit more interest and depth to the costume. Step 4, add even more accessories. You can never have too many accessories, and I feel like this is especially true for a pirate. Pirates love gold. They're out at the seas, docking on the shore, hitting the taverns, and finding all sorts of interesting treasures along the way. And naturally, some of these treasures would be turned into jewelry that they can keep close to their heart. First things first, rings. lots and lots of rings. Now, I incorporate my everyday rings into the costume. I wear the same 3 rings every single day of my life. First and foremost, I have my wedding ring because let's face it, if a pirate found something this shiny, do you think they're gonna leave it? No, they're taking that with them. I wear my Clawder ring because, you know, hey, they're world travelers. And I wear this ring that my dad made just because it's friggin' cool. But I also bought a pack of cheap rings off of Amazon of all different sort of shapes and sizes. And like I said, just wear all the rings that you can possibly stand. And I do mix metals. I have gold, I have silver, I have things in between of mysterious nature. Because again, a pirate is just gonna find treasures and put them on. They're not going with a color scheme. Now for necklaces, I have all sorts of random stuff, and I've changed this up depending on my mood for that day. Now one piece that I always wear is this long chain that I've kind of just customized. So it has like this pendant that's like a tooth or tusk. I have a jar of rat bones. This used to have a key on it. And I don't know where the key is. Probably somewhere in Todd Mission, Texas in the dirt. But the fun thing about this is you just add weird charms. Weird things that, again, a pirate would find on their adventures. And I usually just layer this with random necklaces, one of them being the one that I have on right now, which again, this is a ring that my dad made and I just put it on a necklace. I also will wear a necklace that I bought at a beach souvenir shop that's just like a piece of leather with a shark tooth on it. Now for earrings, a pirate usually has gold hoops, right? But I didn't want it to be that basic. I wanted to have another weird little random detail. So I found these gold hoops on Etsy that have little shark teeth on them. And I follow suit with the random weirdness with bracelets. So one that I often wear is just this brown leather cuff that I'm pretty sure I got off of Amazon. But again, just get weird with it. You know, I've worn this bracelet that was my grandma's, that's gold, and it's got this little jewel in it. I also have this leather bracelet that has like a crystal that I got while I was on vacation in Tennessee. So I'll usually kind of combine those on one arm, and then on the other, I'll wear this piece that I got out of the Walmart Halloween section, just this metal cuff that it was very, very shiny when I bought it, so I simply just got some black paint and aged it up a bit. Now, of course, a pirate needs a hat. So my very first Renaissance festival in Louisiana, I picked up this leather pirate hat. Now, she was expensive, okay? But this thing will last forever. And when I first got it, I did just kind of, you know, plop it on my head and I was like, okay, that's it. But I have since then accessorized the accessory. Now she doesn't have much going on with her right now. I simply, again, with the shark teeth, I bought some on Amazon and just added them to these little stitching details that they have on each side. And I really, again, I want to add just like all the weird stuff to this hat. Because this hat is heavy and it's leather, it's gonna make you sweaty. It's gonna rub on your forehead. So I bought a very simple and cheap headband that I wear underneath it. So not only does this protect my skin, but it adds yet another layer to my costume. And my last accessory is just this little clip that I made last year. It's just got random beads on it. And of course it's got a little coin and yet another shark tooth. And this, I simply just take it and I kind of weave it in with my hair, but I clip it to that headband. So that way it's just kind of poking out. Step 5, add more accessories. Seriously, the more accessories, the better. And when you think you've added enough, keep adding. A few accessories that I'm looking out for is I definitely want to buy a sword and a spyglass. Step 6, pick smart footwear. Now in my opinion, this is the part of the costume that you don't need to spend a lot of time or money on. You're doing a lot of walking. The Texas Renaissance Festival has 70 acres of land. That's a lot of steps. You want to be comfortable, otherwise your dogs are gonna be barking and there's no amount of mead that you could drink that'll take that pain away. And on top of all the insane amount of walking you're doing it in dirt. So the bottom part of your costume is always gonna be covered in dust, unless it's raining. Because if it's been raining, you're in mud. Basically, no matter what you do at this festival, you're gonna look like Pigpen from Charlie Brown at the end of the day. Huzzah. So again, don't spend a lot of money on footwear for your costume. I literally dived into my closet for this. I had these booties that I used to just wear in normal everyday life. Are they necessarily piratey? Maybe. But who cares? They're comfortable, they're old, and my feet rarely make it into pictures anyway. Not to mention, these particular shoes are very easy to wipe off and get them ready for the next use. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my pirate garb for the Texas Renaissance Festival. Every year I add or update something, so she's a never-ending work in progress. And I look forward to finding new treasures at the festival this year that I can add to this costume. Now that I've shown you how I built my costume, let's go over some tips that might help you when you're building yours. Number 1, don't buy pre-packaged Halloween costumes. If you do buy a pre-packaged Halloween costume, you're gonna spend a lot of money on something that's gonna fall apart after one wear and it's not going to look that great. You can easily piece together a couple of items from your closet, Amazon, and the thrift store for a costume that is going to look way cooler and be way cheaper. Number 2, be creative. You do not have to buy it. Here she goes. Here she goes. If you've been on videos before, Lily loves to do this every time I'm filming. You do not have to buy expensive or fancy items from the Renaissance Festival or Etsy to have a great costume. Now, by all means, if you have the money to support these small businesses, go for it. I always allow myself to splurge on like one big item every year. However, most of us don't have the money to piece together a full costume with accessories at the fair. We got bills to pay, so creativity is your friend. Number 3, when in doubt, add accessories. I seriously can't stress this enough. Without accessories, you're just a person in weird clothes. Number 4, dress appropriately for your day. Now, what I mean by this is don't wear an elaborate, uncomfortable costume if you're going with friends that want to walk all over the festival, see every single attraction from open to close. Have options and be able to alter your costume depending on itinerary and weather. The southern heat in October can make you feel like SpongeBob visiting Sandy's house, dried up and crazy. I know I said beauty is pain, but please take care of yourself. And number 5, have fun. Remember, we're just a bunch of big kids playing dress up. I hope this video gave you ideas for your Renaissance Festival outfit. If you want to see more Renaissance Festival type content, definitely leave a comment below. And also, if you want to see something that kind of elaborates on more what to wear to the festival that maybe isn't pirate specific, let me know. And if y'all see me at the festival, please come and say hi. I love meeting you nerds and making new friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so when new videos hit the channel, you'll be notified. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you nerds later.